Coming to you from New Orleans, PCA 2025, and that coverage is brought to you by our friends at Drew Estate. I'm here with Gabe, and we are doing the Altadis booth, and there is so many things to see. I'm going to shut up because that camera's heavy and Steven's arms get tired after a while, even though as big as they are. So if you would just share us with us the great things we have at this booth.
Thank you very much for having me, for coming through. We have a lot to go through, so let's get right into it. Our main feature is the Romeo and Juliet 150th anniversary, right? So this year is Romeo and Juliet's 150. Not a lot of brands can say that. We've made an amazing product. We partnered up with 5 families. If you want to come, I can show you the cigars. So 5 families came together to make this cigar, all right? And, you know, it's not... Sounds kind of like a mafia thing, right? You know, but it's. We had the Plasencia family, we had the Turrent family, which gave us the binder, which is a Mexican San Andreas binder. We had the obviously AJ Fernandez. We partnered up with him as well. We had the Menendez family, which is generations of tobacco growers in the Dominican. We were able to get some great tobacco. The Perez family as well, and obviously Rafael Nadal, helped with this project. All of that was done in our factory in La Romana at Tabacalera de Garcia. To me, this is the best Romeo we've ever made, which is great because it's for the 150th anniversary. It's a medium to full body in the world of Romeo. In the world of cigars, I'd probably say, if you smoke frequently, closer to medium. Very little spice, very chocolatey, earthy, nutty, just a great elevated cigar. My favorite thing about it is the aroma. It has a great aroma and just a beautiful, beautiful cigar. We also did a very limited edition humidor as well, which I'll show you over here. We made 150 of them, which, it's not a lot, but it is definitely a very elevated humidor. So let me show you. So the humidor has his and hers keys on each side, right? So the keys, you can lock the humidor, has a hygrometer right in the front. The scene is the balconette scene. Which, it's iconic for Romeo and Juliet, the Verona. Then we had kind of part of the play written on top. And then when you open it, you have this beautiful tray. The ones that we're actually making will have a plaque, 1 to 150, so they're numbered. And then when you get the tray out, it has a Boveda pack holder on the bottom of the tray.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so that's great because you don't have to put it on top of your cigars. And then there is a accessory tray right there where you could put your cutter and lighter and on top, and then put the cigars underneath that. So it fits 150 cigars. It comes with 15 of the limited edition Bellicoso size, which you can only get for this, and 35 of an assortment of other Romeo and Juliets. And when you're done grabbing your cigars, you click the button back here.
Oh, that's nice.
And it gets put away.
Like a vault.
Yeah. So, it kind of looks like a piece of furniture in your house, and when you want to show off to, the guys or whoever's, you pop it up, grab a cigar. So
fantastic.
It's pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
Yeah, let me show you a little bit more. Let's go to Monte Cristo now, or let's go to aging room, actually. Aging room. So we have Rafael Nadal, obviously, our vice president of product capability. I can't say enough good things about him. He's won Cigar of the Year with his Cuatro Nicaragua for Cigar Aficionado. He won Cigar of the Year with his Nicaragua Sonata for Cigar Snob, right? And now with the Concerto, we're hoping to continue the success of the line. He says he didn't do a concerto with music, he did it with tobacco leaves.
All right.
Right? So this is kind of a medium minus, bodied cigar, but definitely fuller flavor cigar. So, it kind of rounds out the line. And it's available in all the sizes that the other ones are. You have your 10 count for some, 20 for the others. Excellent product. I'm going to give you guys some to smoke later.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I wish you guys, could smoke it through here, but I'm very excited about it. And then La Boheme also launched a few weeks ago, and it already got a 93 rating on Cigar Insider, Cigar Aficionado, and it's actually first in the market. So it's a broadleaf Habano hybrid grown in Connecticut. So, people are like, oh, why the price point, this and that? Well, because we're actually supporting, and we're doing a U.S. grown wrapper, which obviously is a little more expensive, but, it's something we feel really good about. So, that's
fantastic.
the wrapper on that. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm taking you through here to Monte Cristo. So we have the Monte Cristo M, which launched towards the end of last year. It's what I'm smoking right now, actually. Is a project close to my heart and a few other people, in the company. Davide, our CEO, this is like his baby, right? Because, he thought up the concept. Oliver, Vice President of Marketing, worked tirelessly to bring this to life. And, we all just kind of assisted. Rafael, with his good relationship with David Perez, who's the largest grower of Ecuadorian tobacco in the world, he was able to secure a certified 20-year age golden Ecuadorian shade wrapper, right? So each box has a batch and a lot number certifying the wrapper. Now it's 21-year age, but that's the wrapper that we're using for this. So you could see very little veins, if any. That's because the extensive aging process makes it a very silky and nice wrapper. Just a great medium-bodied Connecticut, the cigar smokers Connecticut is what I call it, with AJ Fernandez filler and binder tobaccos from Nicaragua to kind of bring up the body on that, right?
With this, your taste experience starts with your eyes, right? And that band and the silkiness of that wrapper just really just lend into it. The fact that the corners turn up just a little bit on the shield of the M, that is a beautiful presentation.
Thank you.
It really is.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and the 5-packs are soft touch, so when you hold them, you almost want to hug them, right? So they're great. It's a great product and great project that we're
very cool.
looking to expand on this further down the line over the years, hopefully. We're also featuring the Monte Cristo White Series in a commemorative size, the Diadema. So, actually, if you don't mind opening that, look at that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so the Monte Cristo White that we know and love in a Diadema size. Awesome smoking experience. We've all had Monte Cristo White for the most part, and this is a cigar that you have to cut both ends. When you light it up, because it's a thinner ring gauge on the bottom, you have a higher concentration of wrapper. And what that does is it gives you taste more of what the cigar was intended, and you have more body in the cigar. And there is Nicaraguan in the filler of this cigar, so it augments that. And then when it opens up, once you get to the regular part of the cigar, it opens up and it smooths out. And it's just that very nice, nutty, just creamy, nice smoking experience that we all know from the Monte Cristo White. So a very cool project. We're doing them in 10 and 20 count boxes. So, great for gifting, all that stuff, and to, celebrate, right? So
fantastic.
Yeah. Also, our box is made in our factory in TDG as well. So box, cigar, everything made in the Dominican.
Wow.
Right? So last but not least, from Monte Cristo, we're doing these 1935 jars here. I mean, so it has a Boveda holder on the top, right? So you put your Boveda pack right there. Then this, I'm telling people, use it as a coaster around your house. And then it holds 10 number 2 cigars. The 1935, this was the first one that got the number 2 rating from Cigar Aficionado. We just got it with the espresso, but we figured the number 2 size is kind of like that iconic size for Monte Cristo. So once you smoke through these, you can actually take the foam that holds them out, and it will fit 20 Churchill cigars, or so it can fit. You can use that as a personal humidor after. right? So it's definitely a good keepsake, kind of a jar humidor. And then, you know, you can kind of go, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, my hands are.
I don't want you to drop that. That would be
Thank
bad.
you. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, all right, and then let's cut through here, and I'm going to take you over. Let's go through here, actually. I'm going to take you over to Trinidad and H. Upman. All right. Also, we're featuring this beautiful Vespa that we're doing. We're doing a sweepstake for the Romeo 150. They didn't let me test it because we would have had a flat tire, but you know, it's brand new, branded, really, really cool to get around town. We're very excited. You know, over here we have the Trinidad Miami, right? So this is a very cool project. You know, the Espiritu 1, 2, and 3, 94 rated cigars. You know, all of them have been highly successful. And when I talk about ratings, you know, I talk about ratings, but the consumer feedback has been very good as well, right? Our reorder rates, everything. So Trinidad's been it's been up and coming in the U.S. market. Globally, it's already up there with, you know, Cohiba and all that in the Habano portfolio. So we kind of wanted to, one, pay tribute to the brand, and two, pay tribute to a great city that's very cigar forward. So Miami was kind of like the perfect city for that. So, you know, we only did 4,000 boxes of the Trinidad Miami. AJ Fernandez makes it for us, and it was blended. Thinking about what you do on an average day in Miami, right? So you wake up, you have a Cuban coffee, right? A colada. So this cigar pairs perfectly with a colada, right? Like that's one of the featured pairings. Then, you know, you're like hustle and bustle, right? So we didn't want to make like a Magnum or a Churchill that's going to take forever. We made a nice like bellicoso size. You know, the wrapper, it actually looks stronger than it actually is. It's I would say body, it's probably a 3 or 4 out of 10. So it's actually quite smooth, but it has all that flavor, right? So it's like Rico Suave, you know, like so, you know, it's really, really, really a cool project. Kind of pay tribute to the city of Miami where I grew up. You know, so very cool project. Very cool.
Fantastic.
Project. Yeah. And then H. Upman, the Heritage. So you guys remember Finca La Lilia we did a few years ago for the original H. Upman AJ line, which is the Tiffany blue colored box. Well, we did for the Heritage. We thought, you know, people have been asking for Finca La Lilia. Let's do it for the Heritage. The only thing was I'm not really a Magnum smoker myself, and we got some feedback. You know, hey, we love that cigar, but it's the only Magnum we really smoked because it was great. So we thought, all right, we got to do it, and we got to do it different 2 ways. We're going to make a 6x55 instead of 6x60 because we tested different sizes. Rafael Nadal, Danilo, they were sitting down, they were going through the sizes, and they're like, this one, 6x55, that's the size. AJ, you know, he was like, man, this is a great cigar. When AJ says it's a good cigar, it's a very good cigar,
right.
You know, so it's... We got all the tobaccos from AJ's Finca Providencia, so it's a single estate cigar, which you don't really see a lot, right? Like when we're talking about wine and usually blends in different regions and stuff, single estate usually is more elevated because it's very, very difficult to do. So because of that, it's a limited edition. We're only able to do 8,250 boxes, like very specific. You know, usually you see numbers like 10,000, 5,000, you know, whatever, round. This is 8,250 because the tobaccos and the project is so particular that, you know, that's what we were able to do. So, you know, the Heritage, again, great cigar on the fuller side, right? This has it toned down on the pepper a little bit, but the richness of the tobaccos, and if you like chocolate, this is like, it's like dark chocolate and dense and like rich, right? So that's the type of cigar that we're talking about here, and everyone's very, very, very excited about that. I smoked a few, and probably the best cigar I've had in a long time.
Really?
Honestly. Yeah. We make great cigars, right? But in that category of like medium to full, closer to full, one of the best cigars I've had in a while.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, I'm a little biased, but you know. And then last but not least, we also have here the Ingot, which we released with our Banker line relaunch, right? So we were able to perfect kind of the original banker blend with extra fermentation, extra aging on the wrapper. You know, whenever we get feedback that we're having some combustion issues or anything like that, product capabilities and the Grupo de Maestros and everyone gets right on it. Yeah, so that one's actually an empty box, but I can show you, that's just for show. I can show you what the cigars look like later. It's just a gold foil stamped primary and secondary band. But product capabilities, you know, they went to work, and in November, we were able to relaunch the original banker, right? Because we had the day trader in the market. Oh my God. We launched it 10 years ago, so it's the 10th year anniversary of the banker. Amazing. Like, really, it's actually my go-to cigar right now is, you know, between the M and the banker, like that's, yeah, what I've been smoking. And we perfected the wrapper, and the feedback, and the consumers, retailers, you know, even like media, they're very happy with the product that we put out, because we want, at the end of the day, that's what we want, people to enjoy their experience.
Absolutely.
Right? So we did that, and then at the same time, as kind of like a little like treat, we released the ingot. So this is the arbitrage size. It's based on the original banker blend. However, the tobaccos are extra fermented even more and aged, right? So you get a really nice dark wrapper, beautiful medium plus smoke, and it's like a 2-hour cigar. Wow. So, you know, you're really getting, I guess, your bang for your buck, if you will, right? Which is, yeah. Right. And it's $15 MSRP a stick. So for a limited edition, you know, we only made 5,000 boxes. It's actually very approachable. So
very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's all I had to show you kind of the main focuses here. A few of our key brands. Obviously, you know, we have all the ones we know and love. And yeah, we're excited because we have a lot more for the rest of the year that we're coming out with. And I'm particularly excited about two. One of them being it's also the 90th anniversary of Monte Cristo. So look for that in the second half of the year. We're making a release for that. So
sounds like a lot of great cigars that you need to get put in your humidor.